In this video, I will share with you my 5 years of Black Friday experience and here my internal document when it comes to my Black Friday preparation. This is not a super complicated guide. This is a simple guide and a guide that has certain foundations in it that you can use regardless if you spend $50 or $50,000 per day, because it's strategies. It's not just tech hacks or something. It's actually something fundamental. And I have prepared here 3 stages for you: preparation, sale period, and the correct execution. Because right now, as of today, it's the 21st of October. Most people actually miss the correct preparation to have a successful Black Week, Black Friday, Cyber Monday weekend, whatever you want to call it. So let's get right in it, and let's focus first on the preparation. What can I recommend for you to have done beforehand? The first aspect is to warm up your audiences. It does, on a longer term perspective, not make sense to reduce ad spend right now. Rather, I recommend for you to keep ad spends up, even though the performance might be going down. Why is that? You want to maintain a stable signal quality from your traffic, and you want to have warm audiences. Most people stop buying right now, but they are more consciously consuming because they are planning their purchases beforehand. And if you stop advertising right now, or you reduce your ad spend and you reduce your amount of impressions, this also results in less people being consciously aware of you, which then in the longer term means less people actually plan and prepare and am ready to purchase with you when it matters. Therefore, if you can, keep it up. It's important to have these warmer audiences. And for example, if you run retargeting campaigns, we will focus on campaign setup later, it gives you a bigger pool of people to retarget. So I recommend highly for you to keep the ad spend up. Then what you can do right now is you focus on creating more familiarity with your brand. This means running storytelling ads, founder ads, and other UGC content that humanizes your brand and creates a personal and an emotional connection with you. It's not so much only about like product benefits. This is the foundation, but you want to go beyond this and make yourself be seen and understood and transparent and like close to your audiences, so that people build up this connection over the next days and weeks. Which leads to my next point. This is to focus on your connection rather than the conversion with your audience in this point in time. You want to focus on conversions when it actually matters, but right now you want to focus on connection. This can also mean running ads right now that do a lot of objection handling. When you have, for example, a higher priced product and people are doubting if this is the correct product or not, or if they have enough trust in you as a brand, and this is your time to address this right now so that people are ready to purchase when it matters. Also, you don't want to fight cold traffic with the higher CPMs when actually Black Week is happening. So focus on your cold traffic right now, and then you will have overall better results in the Black Week. Then you should already right now also focus on your creative management. This means doing a lot of tests right now. So prepare your assets for sure, but also test now fresh hooks, fresh headlines, fresh visuals, and not during like the chaos when everything happens. Test now, learn the signals and the results that you get from it in order to prepare the right assets, and not do testing and like a lot of sales focus at the same time. Because what you want to avoid at any cost is when your best ad dies mid-sale. Like worst scenario for you here, you lose a lot of momentum. So do this right now. Start with your testing now. Then make the math. Very, very, very important. double check your profit margins after the discounts and also the higher ad spends. Make clear that you actually earn with your ads and with your sale and not lose money. Do the math right now. I will link a video with a free calculator that I built, how to actually calculate your profit margins with ads the correct way. You will find it in the info box. Make sure to do this because you want to actually earn money and not make it cost you money. This happens actually a lot of times. Factor in the shipping, returns, and higher CPMs. This is already included. And also, a successful ROAS means nothing if you're unprofitable. If you have higher ROASs but even less margins, the higher ROAS or your lower margins can eat up your higher ROAS, which means that the numbers look nicer in the ads manager, but in your bank account, actually there is a minus. And lastly, when it comes to your preparation, protect your brand. Don't be greedy and don't destroy your brand reputation for short-term cash or for short-term sales right now. This can also happen that if brands run offers that are so low, like if you give 60% right now, then people know that the whole year you are more or less overpriced. And this will have negative effects on your trustworthiness as a brand. So make sure that whatever you plan, you don't destroy your brand. Also, avoid any aggressive or fake scarcity and urgency. This nowadays is very obvious to the consumer. So make sure to be honest. There's no need, if you have offers, to run those ads. You can have, and you probably will have, ending time and date, and this is absolutely fine and recommended to communicate this, but don't do any fake stuff. And keep your overall tone in all of your marketing messages aligned with your values and not just with your targets. Don't, as mentioned, become greedy or do something that you would not do at any other point in time just to have your sales right now, but this will cost you afterwards. All right, so I hope the preparation is clear. Let's now focus on the sale period. In terms of creatives and messaging, reuse your best ads, whether it's storytelling ads, graphics, single images, videos like UGC, but make them sales specific. This means you can use any buttons or overlays that you simply put in your best performing ads and run them. Not all ads have to be only offer driven. You can use your best ads and simply include an element of your offer. This usually has a very, very good return for you. So use everything that has worked for you throughout the year or also years, but include elements for the sale and run it as an ad. When you do very offer driven ads, then make sure that the offer is clear so that the whole communication is not complicated to understand. Make it very clear and also avoid confusing visuals. This also means if you state 20% off, then make it clear, make it big, make it bold. The key phrase here, and I put this also in bold, is simple is powerful. In most ad accounts, the simplest ads for offers work the best. Product or products or something very specific to you and the brand, plus the offer really big in it. That's it. Make it simple. Same is true for your campaign structure. Keep it simple, keep it broad. This means 1 or 2 campaigns. You don't need a lot of campaigns and complicated setups. This will have negative impacts on your overall performance. This is now proven by so many sources and also with the newest algorithm updates. If you haven't seen my video, I will also link it down below. Make sure to keep a simple and open campaign structure. And you want to have specifically broad audiences, because what happens on Black Friday is you have such an influx of advertisers and also advertisers who rarely advertise or maybe even don't have a lot of experience. and they use oftentimes interest-based targeting. And you're competing there with more people than if you select broad and let the algorithm do all the bidding and audience selection. First of all, it works the best, and secondly, it will ensure you to have the best CPMs. The best CPMs also doesn't mean the cheapest ones, because you want to find a balance between cheap CPMs but quality traffic. The cheaper your CPMs, the less quality the traffic usually is. Therefore, make sure to have an accurate CPM that is not too low. Then, if you can, avoid major edits during the sale because it resets the learning phase. You can still do this, and this also happens to me because there are changes that are necessary for the business success, and this is always good to do and recommended to do because this is like your highest priority. But don't do major stuff just for entertainment or to see how it will perform, and keep it as long as it generates you nice results. And also very important, keep your evergreen campaigns on. Don't shut them off. They are such a great resource of trained audience signals for you, and they will add to your offer-driven ads because people will have a very high frequency of you as a brand. And if they only see offer-related ads, they might not understand the benefits and the work-wise of your product as well as you usually explain it in your evergreen ads. Therefore, keep them on. Remember, complex setups collapse under pressure. Therefore, keep it simple. And a special note and reminder is to have uploaded and scheduled all campaigns at least 7 days before you actually start your sale. Because so many advertisers on the platform, there are mistakes and errors that will happen. And in order to make sure that you are not affected by this, you should prepare and plan beforehand and have everything uploaded. Now, when it comes to the execution, in terms of your timing and budget, don't start too early with your campaigns and don't be too greedy or insecure because of your competitors who will run ads before you. I know many brands who advertise 1 or 2 weeks before Black Friday because they want to be the first ones. Logically, it is understandable, but it does not work because the user wants to wait and see what the best deals are out there. And if you are the only one who advertises, then you might have the people who would have purchased from you anyways, or a couple of people who don't want to wait. But the majority of people will wait. They want to compare. They will see all ads and then decide what they purchase. Therefore, don't start too early, even though other brands or competitors will do it. Then also set your budgets higher than usual because CPMs will rise. And in order to reach the same amount of people, you will have to spend more. And it's always easier to dial back your budget than to increase it. Therefore, if you can, go higher than usual with your budgets and see what happens and then turn down if necessary. But if you want to turn it up, it's usually much harder. Also, monitor your delivery and pacing of the ads throughout the time frames, placements, age ranges, and so on. Make sure to have this in front of you, but also don't panic. For example, if it's 8 a.m. on the first day and you don't feel that there is happening a lot compared to your usual days, don't panic. Give it time. I have also videos where I share about experiences of sales where 50 or 60% of the whole sale revenue came in the last hour. So don't make any panic adjustments too early. Then speaking about your website experience, this is an underrated but very important aspect for your ads because your ads drive traffic. This is like the major goal. But your website has such a high impact on like the actual sale that it's oftentimes forgotten by many because they over focus on ads but under focus on the website. So on the website, make the offer visible immediately and everywhere. On your product pages, above the fold on your homepage, include a notification bar. And this is especially important because, as mentioned, I recommend to keep your evergreen campaigns on. And then if people come through these ads that don't have sale elements in it, you want to make sure that people right away understand your offers. So make sure to have this present everywhere on the site. Simplify your navigation if necessary and reduce any friction. Make it as simple and as clear and clean as any way possible. Because also people, like consumers, have less patience in these days because there's so much out there. If it's not really clear and straightforward, they will leave and they will find other deals. And make sure that your web shop is optimized for speed and also for mobile optimization. It still happens that some pages load 5, 6, 7 seconds and people won't have this patience. So make sure that it is optimized and that it's running smoothly and in a fast manner. After the sale, I would also highly recommend for you to include post-purchase surveys in order to collect learnings. You want to understand which channels actually drove the majority of the conversions. It can be that, for example, Google is attributed 60% of your revenue, but people say like 65%, say Instagram, in their own perception. It's important to understand where you made an impression on people. It does not mean that this will be the last click that actually led to a sale, but you want to understand where you will have these lasting impressions that get people interested and that people at least start to consider purchasing. Because what happens right afterwards? Christmas. You want to be prepared and refine your approaches with the data from the Black Week or Black Friday. So post-purchase survey is always a great tool throughout the whole year, but especially right now with these sales and these offers, and the next year will also come. So gather as much learning and insights as you can. And the best way is to hear directly from the customer. And also analyze your creative winners, not just ROAS, understand why they worked or why they failed. Another very important data point, for example, for your next offer, which might be the Christmas campaign. So now, after all of this information, and if you have not yet seen it, you will find a link to the document also in the info box. Then the final reminder. Black Friday is here to benefit your business and not to burn it. Don't copy simply what everyone else is doing. Like if everyone's doing 60%, but you can't afford it, then don't do it. Yeah, here. Don't run discounts that you can't afford just to look competitive. Don't do it. Yeah. Every ad, every offer, every campaign should serve your long-term growth and your business growth. Be responsible and run a sale that makes sense for your margins, your audiences, and your brands. So if you've enjoyed this video, subscribe because I will start soon with an actual series here and I would love for you to be part of it.